Let us get more Abdul here, and you can see what will happen. Look, Hatim, he is in the chat, by the way. But since we show Hatim the hadith about Allah will make his penis endless, Hatim, he is not here no more. You know, I would love to see the Muslims after the day of judgment when they are in heaven. I want to see Zakir with endless penis, how he will look like. I mean, if the penis is endless and you are not, that means you are so small and your penis is so big, endless. Can you call mosque life? No, I will not do that. Because you see, they can accuse you of harassment. You have to be smart, my friend. If you call a place, if you call them, and you try to force yourself on them, they can play victims. Like if I go and stand in the walkway beside a mosque, it's fine. But when you call the mosque and they hang up on you first time, and then you call them again, I mean that's when they will call the police. They will say this guy is harassing us. Don't do that. Don't do childish stuff. You have to be smart. Otherwise, they will play victims, and then you will look bad. They do that all the time. Those, they will do that. Like if I go right now, if Zakir Naik is live, I go to his your internet, it's public, right? This is different. But going to somebody or calling a phone, official phone of or even a person at his home. Any Muhammadan would like to join us? Yeah, always they will love to play victim. Like if I want to talk to a woman, a Muslim woman in the street, I will never talk to her. Why? Because she can accuse you of anything. You never know. You have to open the camera right away and to protect yourself, but avoid it because they can play victims, especially if there's nobody around. So I don't talk about religion in such a. You have always to have witnesses, so because they can fabricate. When this woman, this whore, she called me, and she said Jesus he played with his mother, know, boobs, as she said, insulting Jesus. And then I said to her, look how filthy she is. I was asking her about the black stone. Your prophet actually is the one who says, I can suckle you. Suckle me. The Muslim, they cut that part and they make a scandal of it. They try to frame you. They try to make you look bad. So if this is happening in public, and this is happening in YouTube, not in person, and it's recorded, and thousands of people or 2,000 watching, and yet they try to play a victims, what they will do if this is in the street? What the reason Shia practice muta, Sunni don't? No, Sunni they do. Sunni they do practice muta, but they have a different name for it now. They do something called Zawajul Misyar as an example. Like Misyar mean like easy, like easy teasy. Uh, so let us say you are going to a country, all right, and then you want to stay there for 2 months, or even a week, or even 2 days. You can hire a woman to be your wife for 2 days. They do it, but they just give a different name. All right. However, the word muta, supposedly the one who forbid it is Umar, not Allah. Umar. I think there's even a video made by Mufti Mink, I think, about the Misyar thing. Let me see if I can find it for you. Misyar marriage. They have tons of sexual pervert practice, and they give it all name of marriage.
The first question is a Misyar marriage permissible? And this question is unfortunately a frequently asked question. What is Misyar marriage? A Misyar marriage is a normal contract between a man and a woman with the approval of her guardian, with the presence of two male Muslim witnesses, naming the dowry. So what's the difference between it and a normal marriage? In this Misyar marriage, the woman forgives or let go some of her own rights due to necessity. For example, she says, I don't require that you come to my home every other night. If he has a first wife and she's the second wife, he's obliged to spend equal nights with both wives. But she says, I don't require this. Or she says, I don't require you getting me a house. I have my own house. I don't need a house. Or she says, I'm a rich woman or I have a job. I don't require you to provide for me the food and to pay the rent.
In other way, it's just a sex contract. This woman, this man, he wanna F, she want to F, and this is the FF cult. There's no marriage really, you know. There's no need for a house. There's no need to, we can meet in the hotel. You can come to my bedroom, you know. There is other marriage. It's called zawaj friend, which means it's boyfriend. So we meet like once a week when you are horny in the hotel. So all of those, in reality, they are not really marriage. Let me see if I can find you another video. Um, I think there's a video of Mufti Mink speaking of it. I'm trying to find it. Yeah. Where we can find it. Mufti Mink. I found another video of Yasser Qadi, but this one is long. Yeah, the dark side of Misyar marriage with the Yasser Qadi. So there is many videos. All of this is just, to.
Misyar is a
Oh, this is not.
special type of arrangement in Islam that makes a mockery of what we call marriage. When we look at the lived reality of Misyar marriages, generally speaking, it becomes a disaster. And again, generally speaking, it is the woman who suffers. It's exploitative, it takes advantage of vulnerable women, and it's a loophole that allows men in Islam to not only have second wives, but to have second wives without, and third and fourth wives without any legal protection accorded to the woman. This is a big social issue, especially in Saudi Arabia. We're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the secret type of marriage that is not talked about very frequently. In fact, I didn't even know about it. I wasn't aware of this Misyar marriage until I started to look into it and I read about it. It's so problematic that it continues to be a problem for these scholars.
Yeah, anyway, if you have my books, Sex and Allah, you will find I listed long list of marriage Muslims and Arab they practice before Islam and after Islam. There is no marriage in Islam. Islam is just a sex contract. The woman is just a whore for them. She is just a vagina. And the whole idea is how we organized the business of effing. There is no marriage. You see, marriage is the value of it, that the purpose of such a thing is a family. In Islam, the purpose is not a family. It's not. This is why divorce is so easy. You can divorce her by text message. You can just say you're divorced. So it's easy come, easy go, for simply it is not a marriage. And if a woman she stay for long with one man, usually because he is poor, or maybe let us say he is like a different kind of a Muslim man. He is not, like sex maniac. But this is not the case usually. So marriage in the religion is not really a marriage. There's many words the Muslim they use have nothing to do with our definition of it. So when Islam says Islam is against fornication, well, you should know that this is the religion of fornication. They just change what is fornication. When Islam says we are against theft, well, this is the religion of thieves. As an example, Muslim, they can steal your money if you are not a Muslim. So you are a thief if you steal from a Muslim, but you are not a thief if you steal from a Jew or a Hindu or a Christian or Buddhist. Islam is against lying, but you can lie to your wife, you can lie to your husband, you can lie to your enemy, you can lie to your friends. So we have same words, but the definition of them is so different. So don't let the Muslim fool you when they speak about that. They believe that Islam is forbid fornication. No, it's just a change. Look at this. What is this? All kind of so-called marriages, they have nothing to do with marriage. Any Muhammadan? I want to see what Yasser Qadi is saying.
I caution them to not enter in without thinking 10 times. Because generally speaking, such a marriage will cause you emotional distress, and it is going to be psychologically taxing. Think long and hard, and then think long and hard, and then think long and hard.
And here you need to think about it. Like, if this is not lawful, what kind of religion making something very bad lawful? If this is something very evil, he just described it how bad it is, right? So why it's lawful? What is this? So think about it again and again and again before you do it. But why it's allowed? If it is so confirmed to be bad, why we are allowing something bad to happen? Because it's for the benefit of the man. Nobody can forbid it. Any Muhammadan?